Hello. We're going to be doing a reading. What that reading is, we're going to find out, right? So let's see what Spirit wants us to know. As always, we are divinely protected. No negative energy is allowed in this reading, and no negative energy will be allowed to prosper against us. So let's see. Ooh, I forgot how big this deck is. Okay. What does Spirit want us to know? Thank you, Spirit. We have the King of Pentacles reversed. We have Six of Wands and the High Priestess. And let's get one more card. Whoa, okay. One more card. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So, Earth. So we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Wands, Fire, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The High Priestess, which is ruled by the Moon, which is Cancer. And then the Five of Pentacles, which is Earth again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So overall, with the King of Pentacles here, financially, you may be in a little bit of a rut right now. I feel like your decisions that have been, I'm getting like a little impulsive. So I feel like your decisions as far as money haven't been the best. They've been a little bit more ungrounded or very imbalanced in a way. It's almost like you've been just making decisions based on impulse and based on what you're feeling at the moment rather than what you know will be providing stability or providing financial prosperity or savings and stuff like that. So I feel like Spirit really wants you to be careful with how you're spending. With the Six of Wands here, I feel like that's just telling us like um something about, okay, I feel like in order to be victorious or be overcome in this situation, your intuition and your emotional stability and your emotional balance is going to be very key here. I feel like you need to tap into your intuition as far as your impulse decisions. So whenever you're feeling very needy, feeling very like left out, feeling very kind of like invalidated or feeling very sad or depressed or even feeling like cold or very low in energy or feeling just very much isolated a little bit. Sometimes we look towards physical things that tend to make us a little bit happier. So we tend to splurge on clothes and food and all types of stuff, right? So entertainment, going out. I feel like Spirit really wants you to be a little bit more careful with how you're regulating your emotions. And with basically with your emotions overall, I feel like your feelings are trying to tell you something that you haven't really tapped into yet. And I feel like it has to do with isolation. As far as isolation itself, I feel like there's answers in your feelings that you haven't really looked into and why you're feeling very isolated despite being surrounded by people, despite having friends, despite having even a romantic connection, why you're feeling left out and why you're feeling like very abandoned is in your emotion. It's in your emotions. The answer is there, but we're gonna look into a little bit more in depth. I feel like it's causing a lot of instability as far as your groundedness. So let's see. So with the Five of Pentacles, can we get some clarity for that card, please? Thank you. Clarity for the Five of Pentacles. Thank you, my guys. So we have the King of Wands reversed. More clarity. So maybe there's a connection here with somebody who is very who has a lot of anger issues that has made you feel this way, or somebody who's very who struggles with always trying to be in control, despite how temperamental or how hot and cold they can be with you. With Judgment here, I feel like we have this sense of like your judgments or your ability to see someone's character has been very much intuitively nagging you. I want to say it's almost like you've been getting these feelings about a certain person, about this King of Wands here, that has been very much negative. And I feel like it's making you feel like um it's making you feel disconnected from this person, and I think that's adding to that feeling of feeling abandoned and feeling kind of rejected, or feeling very much like you're not worth you're not worth this person's time. But your judgment is also trying to tell you that there's a higher path that you need to take, that is beneficial for you. But right now, the path that you do need to take involves a little bit of disconnection with this person, or even very much like having to go through a tough path so you can overcome the situation and then be able to really see the bright side from leaving this person behind. So I feel like there's a sense of leaving someone behind, or feeling like you may, what I'm getting strongly also is you may have a pet that you're very, very strongly connected to, that you feel like you and this pet are very much connected at the hip, like almost like you're divinely soulmates or divinely connected, and it's, you feel like this pet, it will always be by your side no matter what. And the reason I say that about the pet is because basically it's saying like you and this pet are going to go through these climbs of highs and lows together, but overall your emotional balance is key here. So whether this pet is by your side or not, it's important that you keep going on, but I feel like it's, spirit is saying like there's a pet that you're going to have by your side. Either you have it now or you're going to have it, especially a dog, but overall a pet. um, and then with the King of Wands here in Judgment, I feel like there's a transformation on its way towards you, or in a transformational path that you have to start walking towards. Almost a sense of fear is also very much, and uncomfortableness is very much coming through. It's like the path that you have to take in order to grow and overcome the situation that you're in, but it might be painful, it might be isolating, but it's also very necessary. Um, what else can you tell me about Judgment, Spirit? Overall, this reading is very much about obtaining higher truth. So whichever way you do it is really up to you, but I feel like Spirit is saying really look into higher truths. We have the Three of Pentacles here. So I feel like right now, Spirit is asking you to be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with, who you're putting in this sense of teamwork and sense of reliance and sense of dependability on whichever people are around you. You need to be careful with who you're kind of putting that faith into. I feel like your judgment is key here to find the right answers as to who you're meant to actually rely on, and who is actually just here to kind of use you whenever they need you for their benefit. Um, let's get some clarity on the High Priestess. What does the collective need to know about their intuition? If it's meant to come out, it'll come out. Oh, I feel like there's a weird shuffling this deck. Okay. So we have the Fool and the Eight of Swords reversed. So your intuition is telling you basically that you're ready for a new adventure, or you're meant to take on a new cycle of opportunities, of a new path that is going to remove you from being stuck. It's going to remove you from being so enclosed into a certain mindset or a certain path that you feel like you have for yourself. I feel like spirit really needs you to really kind of push through your feelings and dig deep into what's triggering what, so that way you can find like the roots of the negativity within yourself and really be able to heal those roots so you can grow from them. I'm getting the image of like a plant that has rotted or has rotting soil, and you need to take out the plant and get a new pot, get new soil, fresh, and replant it so it can grow stronger and not be so spoiled. So the sense of spoiled, maybe you're not taking care of your body as well. Maybe you're not really adding things into your life that are very beneficial towards you. Maybe you're relying on past habits that have kept you going. Maybe like doing a lot of like smoking, doing a lot of drinking, doing a lot of like doom scrolling, doing a lot of like just watching TV and not really nurturing yourself, not really allowing yourself to really go through a transformational cycle of growth, physical growth even. So maybe like I feel like sometimes people don't go to the gym and don't exercise because they have this fear of like the pain of recovering. And I feel like spirit needs you to really think like no matter which way you see it, for you to grow, you're gonna have to go through some type of pain, some type of uncomfortableness. So I feel like spirit is really trying to like make that very clear with this reading. Um Let's get a little clarity on the King of Pentacles. Who is this King of Pentacles or what? Thank you. A lot of reversals here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Swords reversed. So this King of Pentacles here is very much somebody who is constantly going after their goals. So this could be you or someone that you're involved with. This person is very known for their perseverance and for their patience. However, along with their patience, they're also very motivated and they're also very willing to go after what it is that they want, right? But with the Four of Swords here, it tells us that this is somebody who disrupts your peace, or you have been disrupting your peace yourself. I'm getting both. Like there's this a person and this is also you, in the sense of like the way you go about your financial goals, or the way this person goes about their financial goals, or their physical, their physical goals and stuff like that. It's very determined, driven, but it's also very chaotic, and it's also disruptive to your peace and to your state of mind. It's almost like you can't rest whenever you're around this person, because it's always go go go, and it's always going after something, despite sometimes needing to take a break, sometimes needing to relax and take a day off. There's moments of time where you need to be like, okay, we should be proud of all that we've done and all that we've accomplished. I think it's time we can take a little break. But this person, where you yourself are not comfortable with that, you struggle with being able to reground yourself, because you feel like if you stop at any moment, you're going to lose that momentum. So you just kind of stop yourself from stopping. So you just try to go 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 go. And I feel like spirit wants you to be careful with that. I think spirit really says like, despite how amazingly driven or how amazingly um accomplished you can become with this mindset, it can burn you out very quickly. So I feel like spirit wants to give some advice for that. So what advice is that, spirit? Thank you. The Prince of Wands, which is the King of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So the Prince of Wands tells us that I think spirit really wants you to find joy in the desires that you are always going after. Sometimes it's not just about obtaining achievements. Sometimes it's about enjoying the path along the way of obtaining those achievements. So if you're very much like just too focused on the reward rather than the process of getting that reward, you tend to miss a lot of lessons, or you miss a lot of like life experience that comes along with getting that reward. So I feel like spirit really wants you to find the joy in that again. They really want you to feel comfortable in being proud of the failures and the successes that you tend to go through in life when you're obtaining a goal and even achieving that goal. Maybe not being so focused on just building all these prizes and all these rewards and all this money, because eventually when you don't know how to spend it, you don't know how to appreciate it. You tend to lose focus on what exactly the purpose is of obtaining all those things. Sometimes it's like you become clouded, your judgment becomes clouded, your mind becomes very much you get a lot of tunnel vision is what I'm getting. Like tunnel vision and not being able to see the other beauty surrounding you because you're so laser focused on the reward, right? Maybe there's people and connections and experiences and moments of life that can bring so much joy and happiness and prosperity in your spiritual growth rather than just as much as your physical growth, but you're too focused on the physical things that you're missing those things. And with the King of Cups and the Three of Wands here, I feel like Spirit really wants you to be careful with I'm sorry, not careful. I don't know why I said that. Spirit really wants you to be aware of your emotional state of being. Um, with your emotional state of being, you basically, Spirit wants you to be more kind of focused on what exactly, I think I basically already said it, on how you feel when you're building your empire, when you're building your successes, when you're building your future and planning and stuff like that. Like, what exactly are you bringing into your life rather than, um, like, sorry, no, I kind of went a little forward. What purpose are the things that you're bringing into your life? What is the purpose of those things? And how are they emotionally making you feel comfortable and stable and very much happy, right? So, like, are these things truly making you happy as a person, or are they just things that you want to show off because other people will validate you, rather than you not validating yourself versus over things that you feel like you should want versus things that you actually do want? So always this back and forth of like, what does society expect of you versus what do you expect of yourself, right? So it's very much a sense of like, make sure that whatever goals, whatever rewards you're trying to so hard to obtain are very much focused on they're very much focused on making you happy, making you feel successfully accomplished within yourself just as much as you are successfully accomplished. What are you doing? With sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So whatever you're planning to bring into your life and to build, it has to be very much, it has to make you happy. That's basically the key here. I'll end it with one more. Let me just pause this real quick. Okay, so we have a Spirit Oracle deck and see what method the Spirit wants to go with. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Okay, so we have three messages here. We have your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will. Sorry. of your soul. Trust, let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience. All manifests in perfect timing. Healing. Positive transformation is occurring on a soul level. The answer to your question is yes. So if you've had a question about yourself, of like, should I go after this? Is this something that's right for me? Is this something I should let go of? The answer is yes to whatever that is. Live in the moment, let go of the past. There is no point in worrying about the future. A wonderful opportunity exists for you today. Embrace it. So I feel like that's kind of what I was saying. It's kind of like stop being so focused on your rewards. Be more comfortable in being in the process of obtaining those rewards and enjoying the moments of life, right? So I feel like that kind of confirms it. So I'll leave it at that, and thank you for listening, and I'll post my readings.